Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm doing a late live. I was led to do this. Hey, James. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm just gonna do a quick live. What's going on, Chris? Hey, Noopy. It's good to see you in church. What's up, Rob? Man, it's late, man. I just wanted to come on and just give a quick word of inspiration. I felt led to do this. What's up, Joe? And somebody, y'all saw the caption. You got to go ahead and start cutting some things off so that you can heal. It's time to cut some. It's time to cut some things, some people, some frustrations. This is going to take the place of my live for tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and go in today. Hey, Tina. Hello, Miss Fly Solo ATL. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go in. Y'all know in order for me to be on here tonight, I had to be moved to do this. Hey, Bridget. There go my baby sister. Hey, baby. I see Minister Bush on here as well. What's going on, bro? Okay. I wanted to really just come on here and just give a little inspiration. I know we're getting ready to step into a new year, and we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot this year. Circumstances, unforeseen circumstances at that. COVID-19. People are still dying. It's just still a lot going on, and but there are some things that we can fix. There are some things that we can fix. There are some things that we are responsible for. And if you're anything like me, I don't want to put myself through something that that's not going to put me in a position to win, to grow, and to grow closer to God. And I know that a lot of people are dealing with situations, and they say, well, at midnight on New Year's Eve, I'm going to cut some things. I'm going to let some people go. We say that every year. We have become accustomed to saying things and not really following through with our own plans. But I want to encourage you to start. You need to go ahead and start now. You and I, we cannot wait or afford to wait to do this in 2021. There are absolutely some people who should not be going into 2021 with you. And the sooner you can cut those ties, the sooner you can heal. So many people are holding on to things that's killing them, literally killing you, and you cannot heal from something that you won't let go of. The healing process starts. I see you, little bro. Look, don't come on my live with all that laughing and playing. You do that on personal time. I'm trying to help people, and I'm gonna call you after this live so I can chew your butt out, But anyway, the sooner you start cutting ties, the sooner you can heal. And I wrote down before I came on this live several reasons for cutting these ties and letting some things go. One, the main reason is so that you can heal. If you cannot start healing now, you will be ill prepared for what is to come. I believe that God has some amazing things lined up for us in 2021, but many people, and I repeat, many people are going to miss that because they have not started recovering from what's been killing them. If you don't start the recovery process, then the healing will never come to full completion. That relationship, it might be over. Those friendships, they might be over. And sometimes we have to accept the fact that some things are over. And that's one of the hardest things to do, especially when you have a desire for something to work and you want something that might be detrimental to you. Sometimes you just have to come to grips with things and come to that reality that this is not for me. And the sooner you come to grips with that reality, then you can get in that headspace that you need to be in to accept what God is sending down your path. Don't miss out on what is for you. And I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, I'm speaking to all of us. We don't want to miss out on what is purposed for our lives, trying to make something fit that does not fit our future. Okay, so the sooner you cut it and step into your purpose, into your why, and to the reason why God has you here, and to accept everything that God is going to bring along beside you to complement where he's taking you, the sooner you can heal. Secondly, the next reason you need to go ahead and start cutting ties is because if you go ahead and do it now, you won't have to focus on it in your next season. If you listen, some of you are not living your life, and the reason you're not living your life is because you have become a people pleaser. You are trying to make people comfortable. You're trying to make people happy. You are spinning your wheels, and the only person not going anywhere is you. So you have to sometimes specialize in self-care. You have to take care of you. In 2020, you probably took care of a lot of people, did a whole lot for a lot of people who were not even able to even do a portion for you what you did for them, and that's okay. But don't kill yourself trying to save other people. At some point, you got to pour into you. You have to invest in your own wellness, in your own mental health, in what is going to benefit you and the people who love you and are connected to you. Don't help everybody and forget about you, because once you're no good, and I've learned this from experience, you can help all the people in the world, but you cannot expect the same number of people that you sacrifice for to make that same type of sacrifice for you. It's just not going to happen. If I based what people did for me based on what I've done for them, I would have lost my mind a long time ago, because simply put, it's not going to add up. It's never going to add up. It's never going to make sense. And so you have to make sure that your motive is right for what you're doing. If your motive is not right, and if you're doing it for the wrong reason, it will be revealed when people are not giving to you what you've given to them. If it doesn't add up, and it always looks like you're getting the short end of the stick, and you grow weary in well-doing, and you just stop when you know that God has purposed you to do what you're doing, then your whole motive is going to be checked by how people respond to you and how you deal with their response to you. Okay, so make sure that you start the cutting process. So one, that you can heal. Two, so that you won't have to deal with it in the next season. Listen to this. There are some things that I dealt with in 2020 that I am not putting up with in 2021. Let me reiterate that. There are some things that I cut some slack on. There are some things that I let slide. There are some people that I put up with. There are some things that I let stay in my space that I am not going to let stay in 2021. Reason being is because I don't have to. There are just simply some things that you don't have to do. If something is hurting you and something is bringing you down, if something is stealing your joy, if something is attacking you, why would you keep that in your personal space? Now, I can't do anything about the space out there, but there is some space that I'm responsible for, and that is my personal space. And you need to make sure that you manage your personal space wisely. If you go ahead and deal with it now, you got a couple of days. Go ahead and hit that thing head on, deal with it, say what you got to say, do what you got to do. And then when 2021 rolls around, you won't have to deal with it. You know, why drag that junk over into 2021 when the scripture says, forget those things that are behind you? You have to make sure that it is positioned behind you. You know, because once it's behind you, then you can focus on what's in front of you. But if it's in front of you, then it's going to be constant resistance. It's going to be a constant fight. It's going to be a constant struggle. And so you got to make sure that those things that are supposed to be in your past are behind you, and that you're not turning around walking backwards. You know, so let it go so that in the next season, you won't have to focus on it. Because listen to this. If you have to focus on that in your next season, you're going to miss what God sent. If you have to focus on that same negativity, those same people that you've been going back and forth with all year long, focus on the same people that you think are sending subliminal messages on IG and Facebook and all these other social media platforms. If you're focused on that, you're going to miss your help meet. You're going to miss your business opportunities. You're going to miss your business partners. You're going to miss all of the great things your children are doing. You're going to miss your family functions. You're going to miss all of that stuff because you're going to be so depressed by all of this junk that you've been boxing in 2020, you know, and you simply just don't have time for that. So if you go ahead and deal with it these last 2 days, then at least you can start the healing process. It might be February before you're able to focus the way you need to focus. It may be March before you are actually truly free from that, whatever that thing is. But at least you started the healing process. Don't bring it into 2021 when you have to be fighting and boxing it, because what's going to happen is that your 2021 is going to be a direct reflection of your 2020, and that's not what you want. You know, so it's time to step into something new. Stop embracing the wrong things, or else you'll miss out on the right things. Don't miss out on the right things. Focus on the wrong stuff. Okay. Listen, this is just something he just dropped on me. Sometimes our focus is off because of the people who have us focusing on things that we really shouldn't be focused on. Sometimes your circle will have you look at this, look at that, check this out. Did you see this? Did you see that? Like, it's time out for that. Stop bringing me baggage and drama that has absolutely nothing to do with me. You know, I spent 6 months of 2020 focused on other folks' drama, and my whole life is passing me by. Nope. Don't bring me that stuff, because that's a quick way for you to get cut off too. If you're going to keep bringing me this negativity, if you're going to keep on bringing this bad energy around me, then you're going to get cut off. And that's as simple as that. Don't nobody want to deal with that. Don't want to deal with fake, phony. Don't want to deal with none of that junk in 2020. Because 2020 is really what it means. 2020, God has given all of us 2020 vision. He has given us the ability to see things that we could not see before. 2020 has been the year of revelation. The year of revelation. This is the year that God pulled the sheets back. This is the year that God pulled the blinders off. This is the year that God showed all of us who was around us. And not only did he show us who was around us, but this is the year that God showed us ourselves. Because you didn't spend as much time with people as you had to spend with yourself in quarantine. You know, so and a lot of what we saw, it was not good. You know, so we know that there are some things that we need to change. We know that there are some things that need to be shaken up in order for us to have an amazing 2021. Another reason you need to cut some things is so that you can be mentally ready. You know, you need to be mentally ready. What good would it be for God to bless us abundantly when you cannot mentally sustain what God has given you? In order for you to take care of what God gives you, you have to be in your right mind. Do me a favor. Somebody type this in the comments. Lord, clothe me in my right mind. Clothe me in my right mind. Somebody type that in. And I need you to declare this over yourself, because you're giving a part of your mind over here, part of your mind over here. You're giving bits and pieces here. You're giving pieces there. You're giving, your mind is all scattered in pieces and listen, what we need to do is regain our focus. Lord, clothe me in my right mind. Clothe me in my right mind. All of those arguments, I'm cutting them off tonight. That person you was going to call and curse out tonight, just let it go. That person you was going to straighten when you saw them, just let it go. The Bible says never pay back evil for evil to anyone. Vengeance is the Lord's and he will repay. It's not yours. The battle doesn't belong to you. The battle belongs to the Lord. And so, as Minister Maurice said, you got to get free from bondage. You got to let that stuff go. You got to get it up off of you. You got to get free. And you got to let God start breaking chains and reversing generational curses. This is going to be one of the most amazing years that you have ever experienced, because after every storm, the sun always peeks through the cloud. And so I don't know who this video is for. I was just led to do it, and I just moved. When God told me to move. I'm not doing Bible study tomorrow. This is the Bible study tonight. This is the Lord speaking a rhema word to you. So, 1, go ahead and start the healing process. 2, if you go ahead and deal with it this season, you won't have to focus on it next season. 3, you need to be mentally ready to handle what is coming your way. 4, you have to allow your mind, you have to allow the healing in your mind to bring healing to the rest of your body. If your mind is in a bad place, then the rest of your body will be physically sick. And so it's very important for all of us to ask God to renew our mind. Lord, renew my mind. Let me not focus on what did not work. Lord, please help me to not focus on what they said about me. Lord, please help me to stop trying to force something to work that just is not in the cards for me. Lord, let me tap into whatever your will is for my life, because the moment you find your purpose, the moment you find that thing that God has built you to do, that is the moment you're going to experience joy that you have never experienced before. Anytime you have found your purpose and you are walking in that purpose, anytime you are walking in that purpose, it brings you joy. That means that when you're walking in your purpose and things are not going well in your life, your purpose still pushes you. It pushes you. It uplifts you. It puts you in a different mind space. So ask God to renew your mind. And can I say this to somebody? Stop responding to everything. Stop responding to everything and stop thinking that you have to have the last word. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Stop trying to prove to them you're not weak. Stop trying to prove to them that you're not the one. Stop trying to prove to them that they got the right one now. Stop trying to prove that stuff to people. Stop trying to prove, because it's pulling you, and Satan is so crafty that he will put somebody in your space and he will put somebody in your circle to say something stupid that will cause you to lose 3 or 4 days of sleep. Not only will you lose sleep, but you lose that time with your children, you lose that time with your spouse or the people that you love, your family. You miss all of that stuff. You're right there in the space, but you miss it because your mind is in another place. So ask God to renew your mind. Because if God can change your mind, I need you to hear me. God can change your life. If God can change your mind, then God can change your life. And ask God to just give you peace. You need peace in at least 3 areas. You need peace with God. Secondly, you need peace with yourself. And then thirdly, you need peace with others. Let me say it again. First, you need peace with God. If God ain't pleased with you, it doesn't matter how many accolades they give you. It doesn't matter how often they pat you on your back. It does not matter how many flowers they give you. If God is not pleased with you, then there are some adjustments that need to be made. Because at the end of the day, you want to please God. You want to please your Maker. And there's no better way to please Him than to align yourself with His will. Align yourself with His will. No more fighting. I believe that in 2021, some of you are going to launch your business. In 2021, some of you are going to find the love of your life. In 2021, you're gonna see a whole lot of things that were right there in your face the whole time, but you were missing it because you were focused on the wrong things. You were focused on the wrong thing. But the moment you bring your mind and your heart into alignment with God's will for your life is the moment that your spiritual eyes will open and you will begin to see things that you've never been able to see before. And life is going to be different. Life is going to be different. But go ahead and start the process. And some of you have lost, I don't know about you, but I feel that I have lost some people in this pandemic, and it's okay. You sometimes we want to know why, but sometimes it's not even worth trying to figure it out. Just let things be what they're supposed to be. Let God move according to the counsel of His own will. Stop chasing and fighting for people that's not trying to be caught. And just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I'm going to try to spend less time on my phone and more time in God's Word, because I've been distracted. I've been distracted because there's been so much going on, and I'm tending to this and tending to that and doing this and doing that, and my own spirit, in a sense, have been suffering as a result of that, but just being able to admit, that I need to get back in touch with God. I need to go back into my prayer closet, and I need to become even more intimately acquainted with God, so we all have room to grow, and we can do that, but sometimes you got to minimize the noise. You got to get rid of the noise. Everybody wants to be popping. Everybody wants to be social media famous. Everybody wants to be thin. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants Gucci and Prada, and everybody wants, all the finer things in life. But the Bible says this: what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and to lose his soul? And so, as Ashley said, Lord, let your will be done in my life. Whatever your will is, teach me how to align myself with it. Teach me how to accept it. And even when it does not feel good, let me never abandon my assignment. Never let me abandon my assignment. I don't want to abandon my assignment for nothing worldly. I don't want to abandon my assignment for nothing. There is nothing in this earth that's worth me abandoning what God has truly called me to do. Okay? I actually had a few other things that I was going to say, but I feel that I've said what God needs me to say, and I wrote some notes down on this, but I'll teach that in a couple of days. But share this video, leave comments. I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to read every comment in here and I'm going to respond accordingly. But start cutting some things and leave it where you cut it. You cut it off, you free yourself so that you can step into 2021 free. You don't have to take nobody, and you don't have to take nothing into 2021 that you don't want to take with you. And I'll say this in closing: just because 2021 is a few days away does not mean that you step into 2021 with no problems. If you if you did some of everything in 2020, well, you plant seeds, and seeds do grow. So just ask God to give you sufficient grace to handle your crop. Lord, give me sufficient grace to handle my crop. And not only do I need sufficient grace to handle my crop, but Lord, just please don't let some stuff grow. Lord, let that die. Don't let that grow. Only let grow what's going to be conducive to an amazing future for me, and that's going to put me in alignment with your assignment for my life. So I hope that everyone is well, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Heal yourself emotionally. Make sure that your mental health is intact. And a lot of this stuff can be fixed by simply getting away from bad energy and bad relationships. Bad energy, bad relationships. And stop hanging out with people that run their mouth all the time. Some people just simply, let me say this, and I'm gonna say this, and it's not gonna be politically correct, but I'm gonna say it because I always say what I need to say. Some people just need to shut up. Just shut up. This is your season to be quiet. Close your mouth. Stop speaking on other people's life. Stop speaking on other people's marriages. Stop speaking on other people's relationship, and try to fix yours. Fix your own stuff, and leave other people's stuff for them to fix. Just stay out of other folks' stuff. Mind your business. Stay in your lane, and you just might run into something that God put there for you. Okay? Well, I hope that you all have a great night. Share the video, and may God keep you, and may He bless you. And I'm not going to see you tomorrow, but I will be back New Year's Eve about between 7 and 7:30 for our New Year's Eve service. I'll say 7:30. I'm going to go live at 7:30 for about 30 minutes, and that's going to be our New Year's Eve service. And I'll give you what God gives to me to give to you, a word that will hopefully carry you into the new year. But this is one of the words. Go ahead and cut it so you can start healing. I am Pastor King. I love you all, and you know I do. And I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great night.